There is one, many individuals that are disappointed in Brady's return, which is anybody that's got to compete against him, and certainly in his division and certainly in his conference. And then it's whoever spent over $500,000 at auction just this very weekend for his supposed last touchdown ball thrown. This was in the divisional playoff round. It was over Jalen Ramsey into the arms of Mike Evans, who then flung it into the crowd. And we were talking about it as soon as Brady announced that he was done. We're like, where is that football? And I even saw Mike Evans backstage at NFL Honors lining up to show up on stage for his honor, along with the rest of the Walter Payton Men of the Year Award nominees that got their well-deserved moment on stage that night. And I saw him and I said, dude, you got to stop throwing footballs away. Because, as you recall, he handed off the 600th career touchdown pass of Tom Brady of his career. And that one wound up in the hands of the guy wound up on this program through his 15 minutes of fame. Right? And he got Bitcoin.
Yeah,
right?
Bitcoin, jerseys, season tickets for this coming year also.
Coming up. Hey, that's good, right?
Yeah. You got all kinds of stuff.
But at least what he's got is something that he's happy to have.
Absolutely.
Mike Evans throwing this ball into the crowd means this individual who spent $518,000 on that football now has just the football that was thrown by Tom Brady in the division playoffs that we thought had significant value. And I'm just wondering, what is the rule on this? Like, there's no receipt, right? You can't ask. You can't do anything about it, right?
No.
Like, they're not going to reverse this trend. If all the time, like Brady, if he had announced the day before. So the guy or lady who received that football because it landed in their hands because Mike Evans just threw it to him, they're now $518,000 minus whatever fees Leland's
richer,
takes.
Yeah.
They're not giving that money back unless
so,
has it been received yet? Can you not now pay it?
Yeah, it's been about.
Can you ghost on it?
The week before the Super Bowl, I think. So I would assume
but it was so the sale went down on Saturday.
Right.
Okay. So Darren Rovell has kind of been all over this. Leland's took about 20% of the cut, but he is speculating that the item hasn't actually been paid for yet because the bill of sale comes close on Monday.
Okay.
So he's guessing that the wire transfer has yet to even go through and that the likelihood that Leland's will void the sale completely is most likely.
But wow. So turn the machines back on because the machines hadn't been turned on yet?
Right.
What if this transaction had been done on a Monday, then it could have been done and then you're just like, sorry, we're out.
So because it happened on Saturday, actually lucky for the buyer.
But the seller's out of luck.
Yeah.
So let me just say this. This is now the second time Mike Evans has created a major to-do flipping a football into the stands, which means next year more footballs being flipped because he says he will never stop doing that.
No, he will always keep doing it.
This is going to be great. So there is some lucky customer that should go to the game who has no idea. It's kind of like, Willy Wonka. You open the chocolate bar and there's a golden ticket in there or not.
Do you think this is going to affect Tom in any way? Like if Tom knows he has a milestone coming.
He's not going to look at Evans.
And he's got two receivers. Yeah. He's like, well, there's Evans and there's Gronk. Maybe
I'll throw the ball back.
Evans is going to throw the ball in the stands. Gronk double team.
Gronk's going to spike it.
But as you know, during the whole Antonio Brown kerfuffle, that Brady would target Lucifer himself if he was open and it meant points for the team.
True.
So
I'm just saying, though.
With Antonio Brown saying he's not targeting me because he knows that he's trying to help the team with the money and all that stuff and incentives to try and save the Glazers some cash by not throwing to me.
Even though Tom got AB jobs.
No, what I think he will do, what I think the person who's back on now, so whoever bought the ball can be off the hook. Whoever sold the ball is unfortunately SOL potentially. And whoever's job it was for Tampa, who thought, now I'm out of a job, even though he still has a job, but he's out of this role, now return to the role of get the ball from Mike Evans as fast as possible guy who
That
runs
guy was
over.
so good, though, the one
That guy was,
time.
well,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was amazing.
I know. Just couldn't get there in time to bat down the throw into the end zone, throw into the stands.
What they need to do is just put up a giant net, like Major League Baseball has done.
Well, remember
down the sideline.
The ball that he went and grabbed, that wasn't Mike Evans. That was that other receiver who caught one touchdown. That hit dropped. I can't remember the guy's name.
That was career touchdown pass number what?
That was that game winner against Buffalo.
Right. I can't keep track of which ones were handed away.
So he dropped the ball. That's when homeboy ran and got it. Mike Evans,
that's one right.
You have no shot. He's just
I think
catching it.
the
and
only
tossing
solution is a net. Put up the net so Mike can't throw it.
So just like it's time now to kick the extra point, you put up the net.
Yeah.
As soon as you score the touchdown, you just get up the net.
You see Mike run into the end zone.
Problem
it's like,
solved. Problem solved.
But only for Mike Evans touchdowns.
Yeah. Brock, when you see Mike heading towards the end zone for a touchdown, you got guys like, pull the net, pull the net.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the move.
We cover all
everything, man.
aspects.
That's why I love coming to work every day.
Stories here.
That's why I love coming to work.
Honestly, my first thought is, do you keep a receipt with that?
A lot of change.
So again, it's just like because it happened over the weekend and the first business day in which this transaction could become official, and in between the actual auction and the actual opening of a business day, Tom Brady unretired, making that football not worth the $500,000. And whoever's sitting there thinking, the buyer might be out of it, I'm imagining they could afford. If you spend like your last $500,000 on it, that's a big problem.
That's the thing. If you were the one buying this ball, I don't feel bad for you, because if you buy the ball for $500,000, then your life's pretty good. You're not sweating that. But the person who thought they were going to get 400, 500 grand, that is life changing money. And now the life is not going to get changed. And that's, you got to feel for them, Brockman, just a little bit.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.